algae bloom that I'm skimming through right now. Look at the color on the water. Definitely turning over. It's interesting. Look at the pictures that you can find in the water. It's incredible. I saw a bird right there. It doesn't matter what I'm doing on this lake. There's always something that I find that makes me love it even more. Look at the color. Yes, this camera is being held the right way this time, for God's sake. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that incredible? Let's see. I wish my knees were up a little higher. Although in a canoe, it's difficult to... There. Tilt it forward, maybe. It's difficult to row when I'm by myself up high. I recognize that's what's hurting my back. Is because my seat is so high. It's why a kayak is so much more comfortable on your back. You sit lower in the water and you've got a backrest. It'd be nice to have a backrest in this canoe. Okay, that's disgusting. The color of the smoke going across the water. What a bummer. You know, that's pollution. Too bad that you can't look at that and see fog, you know? Don't like that. Ugh, that's probably what I see skimming across the top of the water, not just the algae bloom. Although I don't see gasoline streaks, so perhaps it is just the algae bloom. Look at the color of the sky, you guys. We're going towards the tunnel. I love daylight savings. Thank you, God, that we have warm, light evenings past 7:30. Like, this is freaking awesome. I'm grateful because I wasn't able to get out until now, and I wouldn't have come out anyway. I would have been fried in the sun earlier today. It was so hot. We're not even out of spring yet, and it's in the high 80s, going to be 90 tomorrow. There's a little girl out here on her own, just like me. Hey little Mrs. Waddles. And little birds flying above. Hey, Mrs. Waddles, where's your guy? Where's your guy? Oh, he's up ahead of her. Why is it the boys are always running so far ahead? And we're just cruising along. Let's take a look at it from behind. Pretty. I love that. I love that tunnel. It's interesting. The smell of the lake is, people are going to be like, the smell is pollution. It's not. It's the lake turning over. And I know a lot of people don't like that smell, but I do. It reminds me of when I was in Wisconsin. And I just found out that my girlfriend Erica said Wisconsin or Sturgeon Bay area, Howard's Grove, where she is actually, got nailed by a massive blizzard today. And here I am, you know, with both my fans going in my suite, hoping it's not going to get too hot. I had all of my blinds drawn, and they just got nailed with a blizzard. Very interesting. People are hopefully safe. Here comes another person in through the tunnel. As I was cruising out today, I met an older gentleman that's riding. He always watches me in my kayak, and he's got a kayak, and he's always got something to say to me. Always got news. You know, gives me instructions. Hi. And he said to me, long strokes. If you take long strokes on the side of the boat, and then at the last moment, turn your knuckles in towards the boat. It's called a J stroke, well, appropriate. And he says it'll make it a lot easier. Also, he told me to put a big rock in the front of the boat because it would keep the weight down, because the front of the canoe is tipped up since it's just myself in this canoe. And the weight will pull it down so that the canoe goes more straight instead of, being knocked around in the wind, because without the weight in the front of the canoe or another body in the front of the canoe, the wind kind of carries me and I don't go out on the lake when it's really windy like that. So I've run into him before and he told me that, and I did it with my big canoe, and I haven't done it yet with this one. Here we are. Okay, here we go. Here we a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. It's a small, small world. Wow. By the time I get back across the lake, it's gonna be dark. And you guys, I'm gonna actually sit here now. I'm gonna pull my knees up high. I'm gonna tell you, this is difficult to hold my knees up this high. Oops, there. But I want you to see what the boat seems to be cutting off. I'll try and keep my knees as straight as possible. This is difficult. I need a little GoPro thing. Maybe I can set it on that bar in front of me, you know? And then that could hold it. That would be cool. I'll have to look into something like that. Actually, I have, oh no, for my car, I've got something that holds my phone as I'm driving in the car, so I don't have to touch it. But it plugs into the lighter, so there's got to be something. All right, we're going back through. I'm going to keep this on until we go through for some reason, because I so enjoy going through this tunnel. And I know that there are people who think this is boring, but I know that there are people who actually enjoy this. So I'm doing it for the ones who enjoy it. I'm doing it for me because I look at these videos later, you know? And as I said, it's fun to take me with you guys, or take you with me. Do I have this on Zoom? Let's see. Let's see if I can, yeah, let's pull it out a little more. There we go. You get more of a broad view. We're in. Ah, let's not hit the side of the tunnel. Okay, so the other day somebody said, go to the light, go to the light. I always follow the light. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. Da, 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 da. Have to do it when I go through. Okay, guys, sun's going down. I wanted to see up ahead. This is going to be the longest video. Up ahead, where I first noticed the algae bloom. Sorry, the colors were, and the patterns on the water were incredible. Wow, I'm barely holding on to this phone between the top of my knees. And from now on, I'll be doing these videos and posting them to YouTube after I watch them, not while I'm filming my stomach and, unfortunately, up my skirt. That wasn't good. And I've decided yoga would be good on top of this. This is good, and then yoga. I haven't been doing yoga for a while, and you know, I've got a nice flat screen TV, and I've got YouTube yoga things that I used to do last summer, and I think I need that. You know, the strength, core, and stretching, especially after this. I'll go home and I'll do maybe a few tapes of yoga, and it'll help because my back is hurting, and I'll probably pay for this. My back was hurting yesterday too. I was sitting up higher in the seat, like I said, and I haven't been doing this for a while, so I need to strengthen my muscles. But yoga will do that for me, and I've been getting screamed at by Spirit for the longest time. Yoga, Sherry, yoga. So why aren't you doing it? You know? So I am going to. I'm going to listen. I'm going to do it tonight. I keep trying to get people to do it with me, and it's like, you know what? You can't rely on everybody else. You got to do it yourself. I am determined, especially after what happened yesterday. Okay, here we are back into the strange algae bloom. Oh, I just saw a dolphin. I wish I had gotten that. I'm going to get it when I get up a little closer, because I know up by the lighthouse, it's really thick. Here it's kind of got like a white light cast. It's not as much. God, I keep smacking the sides of this canoe with this stupid little paddle. My big dual paddle was stolen when they stole my blue canoe, and it makes it difficult for me to keep going straight without proper equipment. So I'm going to look into getting a canoe paddle, a kayak paddle that I can adjust so it's longer, so that because the kayak paddles that the neighbor has are too short for this boat. You know, it's not made for this. So you don't have the right equipment, things don't work very well. Message, things aren't working for you, check into seeing if the equipment that you have is working. And that doesn't just mean physical equipment. It could be speech, it could be communication, it could be, you know, whatever it is. What is it that you are not paying attention to? Are you picking up background noise so it's confusing things for you? You know, the equipment isn't coming through clear, your information isn't coming through clear because maybe you're picking up background noise. So make sure your equipment, your spiritual self, you know, connecting to higher self, is in good working order. That you're rested, that you're tuned in, but that you have the knowledge that you could be picking up background noise, which is causing radio disturbance, which is what I got. Oh, I just saw a flying duck in the algae bloom. Okay, this is where it's quite heavy. This is what I wanted you to see. This is pretty cool. I should have music playing to this so that it's like, you know, you're going through the water, but okay. If I take my camera away, isn't it neat? I think it's neat. Look at the different shapes. I'm going to tilt it down. Look at right here. I could play in this, like I could draw in it. Look at that. I could like separate it and make my own patterns. Look at the colors. Oh, it's super cool. I know I'm not the only one who gets excited with this kind of stuff. Look at that. It's a moving picture. It's a moving work of art. This is nature's artwork. Oh, and look at on this side. Love, love, love it. I don't know where to look. Okay, that's just all little ones. This has got more patterns. There's a big fish right there with an eye. Do you see him? He's an angelfish. I dreamed about my angelfish today. Remember the angelfish says, if you're feeling depressed or stuck or in a frightened position, call on the angelfish totem. The bright colors represent the colors of your chakra, but the angelfish, I dreamed about feeding a bunch of fish in a fish tank, and I wrote a post today, and I saw an angelfish in the corner that was eating the food as well. I know what it represented, but that was just another visual for me on the water. There's an angelfish on the surface of the water, emotional waters, which is really cool. Look how pretty, you guys. So, all right, this is getting hard to do with one arm. I'm gonna lock us off for now. Hold on a second. Well, I can't really see that well either because of my sunglasses, and I suppose I could take them off now. But I wanted to say bye. Oops. Peace.